Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Oh, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxchair, on the show this evening as the one and only Southside. Evening, Southside.
Evening, Ox. Good to be on tonight with your good
And
self and fellow guests.
We've also been joined by the one and only Bridgeman. Evening, Bridgeman.
Oh, good evening, Oxchair and the Southside and the techie boys in the background. Can I just say, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio, everybody. It's going to be magic.
And we've also been joined by...
Like Stevie.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
We don't know what we're going to get tonight.
How are you? That's speaking to tag up. I'm back.
Well, I heard through the grapevine Southside that it was not proven some of the charges, I believe.
Aye, always not proven with the big one, but I obviously had to take the dairy for one or two. So, like you say, tags off, time to go, innit, big man?
It's us, yes. Sleeves rolled up. We're back. Dream team's back, yes. And Bridgeman's the captain.
Here,
Willie Woodburn.
Willie Woodburn. Bridge was away in national service when that happened.
Can you settle this for me, Bridge? Can you settle this? Is it Bridge on the River Kwai or is it Bridge over the River Kwai?
It's a bridge on the River Kwai.
Right, thanks very much. Thank you. Enough said.
But you should know, mate. You should know he was a ringer on the job.
Oh, dear.
He went to the Japanese and complained he wasn't getting double time for a Sunday, Stevie.
Talking about Japanese, in a curry shoot in Belfast.
Oh my God.
The Chinese, he's got to call it the Orange Walk. They need back now.
Right. Have you had enough of him yet, Southside? I started that.
I know, just start 2 or 3 minutes. So excited. It's good. He's back by popular demand, mate. Back by popular demand.
Right, okay. Listen, I'm going to start with Big Stevie because obviously we've not heard them. You know, Stevie, what's your take on everything, mate? And your personal opinion, mate, because it's all about opinions, mate, before we start talking about what's happening at the club.
Well, what can I say that's not already been said? He's been all over the place with it. I really have. I've been looking to the heavens. I'm saying, when is this going to click? When is it going to start? Look, he's there, but I don't know what's going to happen. The inevitable is surely going to happen through time. When, I don't know. But the thing for me is, protest outside, do what you want to do, but when you can support the Teddy Bears, that's it. I mean, I'll be there. I was there, and me and my boy there, down in Livingston there, and we score a goal in the dying seconds, and first tune, I think he's getting rid of the manager, you know. It just shows you how bad things have really got. But look, I'll be there next week and the following week and the following week. You go with the good times, you go with it. What's the song? Win, lose, or draw. Well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. You like that, Bad Bridge?
Quite tuneful. All right. Right. How we doing, Bridgeman? How's your good self?
I'm okay, pal. Thanks very much. I'm struggling on, as they say, struggling on.
Southside, how are you, mate?
Aye, all right, mate. Good.
Good.
All good in the hood.
Good, mate. And listen, it's a big game tomorrow night. Our pedigree in Europe in the last few years has been excellent. And we don't want to undo all that good work. I mean, if we lose them all night, unfortunately, and it's a tough tie at any time. They're the Austrian champions, decent side, you know, and we're not playing well. And it'll be a tough game, but we don't want to lose. That'll be our 5th European game in a row we've lost, and we don't want to start records like that with all the good work we've done. Stevie?
No, I definitely don't. And I got a wee snippet about the park the night. I was looking at the state of the park. It's a bit of a mess, Ox. It's a bit of a mess, I must say. For a big team, you know, for a team like that, if a park like that, that's no right. It was a wee snippet ago. It was a boy going round the park on an electric scooter, and it was showing you the grass and that. And wow, what a mess. But anyway.
An electric scooter or a mobility scooter, 2 different things, mate.
Well, it's an electric, so that the boy doesn't get into any trouble, you know what I mean? Because he did jump up at one point.
When you mentioned mobility, I was thinking it might have been our Jim that was on it, mate, but that's between us, yeah. You'll be looking for us too, yeah?
No, I'm looking for you, don't rope me in.
Listen, Southside, big game, mate, yeah?
Aye, it's a big game. Obviously, we've had good credibility in Europe over the last number of years. We've done well in this sort of competition. But like I keep saying to you, away games are hard to win away from home in all competitions in Europe that you're in. And if you travel away and you see a victory or a draw, it's a good result. So there's many times you could come back home empty-handed. But it's a chance to go there tomorrow. We need to try and get points on the board. And I'd like to think that we can get something. Maybe the park will be a leveler, Stevie, for us tomorrow night. I've not seen it yet, but listen, all kidding aside, we've got to go out and try and get a victory if we can. But they're a good team. They're decent. Mitchell had beat them 2-0, but they did plenty of good moments in that game against them, and they were unlucky on a few occasions. But they'll probably come out and start fast. We'll need to weather the storm probably for the first 5-10 minutes, and hopefully we can try and impose ourselves in the game. But thought we've been going to go away in Europe many times, and we've turned teams there, even in Betis and that. We tapped a group that we could have been out of Europe altogether in the past. And the players were getting criticised, and the manager was getting criticised, and all at times with Clement and that stuff. So, listen, it's a game of football, and we just need to go out and try and win it, mate.
You gone? Outside.
What's that? I
gone?
can't. I know I've got stuff happening at home, mate. So
Man. You're a changed man since you fell at them.
I've got loads of things today, mate.
I bet. Well, you've still got about what under your belt now? About 90.
I'm not allowed to mention that, Stevie. I'm not allowed to mention that, Stevie. No, that tag you've got your left leg. He's got a ball and chain in his right leg now.
But flip it if you want. It's got nothing to do with it. You know that I've got stuff I need to deal with back here, unfortunately.
Well, I know you have, but you're still henpecked. What a night he came back. What a night. He's henpecked. They better up the back of a bottle of Grey Goose with Big Steve and a couple of rolls of chalkboard. Any days are gone. Gone.
You left me on Sunday, so don't start your nonsense. Remember, you had to phone you when I got there. No, I mean, couldn't miss you, mind you, with that Jaco, and that was a belter.
I was on the TV, by the way, believe it or not. My phone was in meltdown. Yes, I was on right to start.
They wouldn't have missed you with that colour of coat.
They thought it was a Tifo Southside.
Shout out, I have put a few pounds back on, but anyway.
Bit of holiday weight, Stevie. Bit of holiday weight.
I can't believe it.
Outside it's due 8:10, and you're glad he's back.
Aye, I'm glad my big mucker's back. Cool, Sam.
Oh,
Factory banter.
Brilliant. Right, okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll hear from our managers in 2 parts. We'll talk about the first part, play the second part, and we'll get the phone lines open. Yes?
Yes.
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm sure there might be some things that's happened that are broke at the club today. Oh, sorry, it's one part. It's 9.5 minutes. I thought it was 9 minutes, 12 minutes. Right, we'll hear from the manager. We'll debate it quickly, and then we'll get the phone lines open. Just let's hear from the gaffer.
Tomorrow's big game here.
I'm looking forward to it, yeah. I think we're excited about it. Another different challenge, another European night, another chance to have a brilliant night together. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, especially off the back of a good feeling in the group after Sunday.
You say good feeling in the group after Sunday. Have you felt that in training this week, that this could be the time that you put back-to-back wins together?
Yeah, we've. I believe it's been a good week. We had a difficult evening last Thursday because we had a man sent off for a long period of time, so that wasn't easy, but they stuck together through that. But your Hibs played well, played better against Livingston, especially in the first half. Should have scored a few more goals, and then showed a lot of character and dug in together, and a lot of spirit, a lot of fight, willingness to run. That's really increased over the last 3 or 4 weeks, that feeling of spirit in the group, so I've enjoyed that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they put on the pitch tomorrow, the guys.
Obviously there's 8 games in this new expanded league phase. Given last week's opening result, what is a positive result here tomorrow night?
I think we try and come to win. I think it's a competition you have to. I don't think we're going to set up anywhere to try and draw the game or avoid defeat. I think it has to be our approach with the club that we're at. So we're going to come here and try and turn the game into one that we want to, and to win, being really respectful of the opposition, who are good, and obviously have home advantage, but we're going to try and come and turn the game into one that we want to, of course. Just
finally from me, have you seen the pitch out there and what's your kind of...
Yeah, I've just walked on it. I have no real feeling about it. I think it's better than the one we played in Greece. So yeah, it's fine.
You mentioned the red card, Russell. It's happened a couple of times in the games in Europe this season. Is that something you need to speak to the players about? Kind of wary of that?
Yeah, I think so. I think, well, we have chatted about it. I think there's just moments where I think we have to accept sometimes you're going to have a moment where you might have to defend and not have the ball in European games especially. So about not getting anxious in that moment, about being really confident and clear in what you're doing, having clarity in your actions, and yeah, I'm confident the guys will learn from it.
Russell, you'd expected a bit of criticism at some point coming into this job, it comes with the territory, but some of the stuff we've seen here over the last few weeks, is that going over the top, do you think, across that?
I don't know, I don't really have a feeling on it. I walked straight down the tunnel on Sunday because I want the players to enjoy it. Like, they deserve to enjoy. They played really well in the first half, especially. We deserve to win the game, so I'm sure there'll be a narrative that it was late and Livingston were unlucky, but with due respect to Livingston, because they worked really hard and were good, we deserve to win the game. And then I want the players to enjoy it, and then people choose to turn their attention to me, and I just wish at that point they can enjoy their team winning, and the lads can enjoy it a bit more rather than having that energy towards me. Yeah, and the only other thing I find sad is when, like, and I see the kids standing next to their dads and stuff and sticking their fingers up at me and swearing at me, and I don't feel particularly sad about it for me. I just feel like for the cycle to go on and to understand. And like, I'm here, we've made mistakes, there's been some tough moments, but we're giving everything we've got to improve the club, as is Kevin, as is Patrick, as are the owners. And I think when you have so much change, I've said it before, it's not an excuse, but I think it's pretty evident it might take some time. So the criticism aimed at me is fine. It is what it is. I've had a lot of fans come up to me in the city and around the place saying actually that to ignore it, that they feel it's gone quite some way over the normal criticism. But I've appreciated that. I've really appreciated that. But the rest of it is what it is. I think they just want to see their team win, mate. So we have to win games of football. But I feel inside the building with the players and staff, they've been amazing. They're so with it, they're so together. You saw that in the celebrations after the doctor, the physios, the subs, the players who hadn't even played. Nadeem's jumping into the crowd, he played 10 minutes. So I enjoyed that.
But Russell, something didn't seem, for us as the outside looking, it didn't seem kind of normal. Teams score a late winner, and for fans to turn when a manager immediately seemed a bit strange. Have you had support from other managers, other figures in the game?
Oh, lots and lots. So lots of players I've worked with as a coach, players I've played with, lots of other managers, domestically and down the road as well. But it is what it is. Like, I have to I have to accept it. In the same way, I hope at some point it turns and maybe they'll feel differently about the team and about me. But yeah, I respect the club by working as hard as I possibly can every day, by giving the players as much as I can every single day. I'd love to enjoy it with my team on the pitch at that point, but right now, to walk down the tunnel is the best thing, so the players can actually try and enjoy a victory.
We've seen a bit of a theme in the back of the Ryder Cup at the weekend, and the way that the fans interact with the golfers. Did the fans have to have a boundary almost, no, where there's a level of criticism that just goes too far sometimes?
No, honestly, I think social media amplifies and increases everything. The ferocity of everything, the intensity of everything. We had a really difficult night in Bruges that amplified everything, and we've not quite brought it back since then. And it took the lads a little while to recover. It took everyone a little while, but I think they're showing signs now that they are getting into some sort of flow and understanding of what we want, and we have to keep growing that. And then I can't control anything else. So a lot of support from a lot of people. But I just got asked there by the Sky Sports here, and I'm really enjoying my job. Despite what goes on, I really enjoy the day-to-day. Match day's not so much right now. I enjoy the 90 minutes watching the team, the before and after not so much, but I really enjoy my job, and I'll give it everything until one day it'll end.
Has your experience, has it increased your hunger to sort of prove people?
Yeah, my whole career was based on proving people wrong. So I think that's the challenge now, and I'm really looking forward to that. I really hope we can do that. I really believe we will do that. I think the evidence suggests that our teams have always got stronger the more time we've had together and the longer we work. And you might say that's a given, but it's not, because there's really top managers in top leagues that even after a year are not quite seeing the results they want, or maybe the progression people want. So we just have to keep progressing, keep improving, keep building, and hopefully have some good results and win.
Couple more, guys.
The Genk result was disappointing, but the Hibs performance first half against Livingston, can you already see signs that things are starting to
it's been uneven. Like against Genk, we didn't have enough end product to show for it, but we had real good signs of moments early on in the game, and then we suffered for 10-15 minutes where we weren't together enough, and that was just down to the feeling we had. But I think honestly the players are so open to learning and growing, and they are really, you saw that on Sunday, they're really, really together, and that wasn't quite, I think with so much change again and so many new people, you don't have that instantly. It doesn't happen, that chemistry, so that takes time, but I've really enjoyed that. Do you know what, since we went for a walk a lot Lomond actually, so maybe that was a good thing.
I know it's been touched on, a very unusual situation on Sunday. I don't think I've ever seen that before, the euphoria of a last minute winner, and some of the supporters there have turned on the manager. Now these aren't social media supporters from behind the screen, they've paid money, they're Rangers supporters who go to the game. What would your message to them be directly now to try and...
Nothing I can say right now will influence anything, I don't think. We just have to win football matches.
What is it to keep you motivated, Russell? Because it must be tough. You're asking these questions and it's been happening for weeks now. What is it that's keeping you going?
I have a fierce belief in the people I work with that have come with me and what we do, and a fierce belief that everyone inside the building is really with us. Just from the interactions we have, the chats we have, the discussions they have, and the players, how hard they work, how much they want it to work, how willing they are to take things on. We had a player who asked to do the press for you guys to show his support for us because the senior players wanted to do that. I don't think that's normal. So I think we just have to keep working, and I really believe in what we are doing.
One more.
Russell, it's been reported today that there's going to be big changes in the recruitment department. Looks like Kevin's son's going to come on board. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, as we have the squad, everything, the club needs change. So it needs to move forward. It needs to be done in a certain way, and not everyone will like certain things and how they are. But the club has to have something and some way to move forward, and that's about getting really good people in that have done a really good job elsewhere. And I really trust that Kevin, Dan, Patrick, the owners wouldn't let anyone in the building unless they thought they were really, really good. So I'm really happy with the points we're making, really happy with the change we made inside the club, and I think we're moving forward.
Just one on the game, guys.
No, I wouldn't expect to be. No, I'm far too busy.
Andy, on the game and we're done.
Russell, just the fact that it's Kevin's son Robbie that's coming in, I mean, that is raising eyebrows. I mean, can you understand people would think that?
I think the person most aware of that and having lots of chats with him would be Kevin. So I don't think he'd ever put himself in that position if he and Dan didn't believe that his son was very good. I worked at Norwich for a very long time. There are a lot of people still there who think he's very, very good. And if he's got the same values and clarity as his old man, he'll be in good hands.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. I've not got a clue what my team's going to be tomorrow night. If you can help me, Southside.
Nobody asked him who was fit and who was available, you know what I mean? Brilliant, isn't it? The thing you want to know, who might be fit as a left back, that he's going to make it, or is he injured for Sunday and stuff? And
Big Cornelius, is he going to make it, yeah?
they don't ask her to want to get in a different road, don't they?
Yeah. Look, I get it. I know that's the story. I know that's the narrative. But look, it's about the game. Pre-match bridge manner.
100%, pal, 100%. And it's quite enlightening to hear the manager, and he didn't tell you about people with injuries and people recover from injuries, and you know what's as a team getting freshened up or whatever. You know, I just never said it. And so I don't know what to say. I don't know how to value it. I just hear the manager saying he's very excited about how going forward. But I think he said that a number of times before. I think, well, look, it's the biggest game of the season, let's put it that way. And we've got to stand up and do it. And it's a massive game for us, a massive game. If we can get another victory tomorrow night, then that's, shall we say, more wind in our sails, let's put it that way. Because you get something to look forward then. And that's because the 2 victories in a row can't be bad, given the situation we're in. So I wish them luck, and I wish all the fans and everything to go the best of luck, because it's going to be probably a stormy night as well, weather-wise. So it's going to be good. But I think we've got to stand by the manager when he's here. I can criticise him all I want, but at the end of the day, he's a manager and he's going to get the part, and I need to support him. But I hope the fans don't boo again. That needs to stop. And so there's a GTF chants about him. That's all got to stop. Unless, of course, is that bad that we all give in and start saying it, you know?
I get everybody's frustration, but I'm in the Stevie camp, yeah, and see where the game goes, you know. Stevie?
Aye, what can we say? I mean, you know, the media just love going hour and hour and hour at the Rangers fans. What do you think? They just want the guy to say something that's out of order. It divides him and the fans even more. You know, I mean, they're no pulling the wool out of our eyes as if they're on our side and they're asking them all these tough questions. They're loving it. They're absolutely loving it. And I'm going to cut them a wee bit of slack. I think he's kind of saying the right things there. Look, winning games is the only way that things might change. But I can't see them changing. I think it's gone too far, you know, and some of the vile stuff that's been said about the guy, fair play, but he's not got it right. It wasn't my choice for a start, but look, as what it is, but the media just keep going hour and hour and hour. I mean, how are you coping with the chants, and how are you doing this, and how they just want the guy to say something that divides him and the support even more. And I just hope our support can see through some of that. You know what I mean? So look, Amby Bridge, we've got over there. There's away fans going over. Let's just hope the Rangers go and do the business for the away fans and the boys that paid all that dough. But let's not get caught up with the left-wing media trying to poke the bear and split, divide to conquer sort of thing, you know. So we're a wee bit more triple wide than that. So let's just go out there, give him a chance. Obviously, but we need to get this European thing right. And time will tell if he's going to be our manager or no. As I said, I think things have just went too far now with the crowd, you know, and the Bears and everything else. But it is what it is. But just don't think for a minute that these guys are earning their wages asking questions like that. Questions the world to ask a manager when he's under pressure, are it?
No. It might suit the manager, Southside. He might be quite happy to keep his team close to his chest and not give any clues away at all, yeah.
He'd just like to have known who's probably fit and available and that. Just maybe asked us some footballing questions. But at the end of the day, it's about winning football matches. And as long as he wins football matches, he'll probably still be in a job. And for everybody out there that's on this show and everybody out there worldwide that support the club, we want to see the team do well and win. I still think we need to get back to winning domestic trophies in Scotland. I know you get more money for what you do in Europe, but at the end of the day, we need to get back to trying to be the best in Scotland. So if the result doesn't go our way, we come back with a draw, I'll be happy with a point if it happens that way. And then we go again when that game comes up. But the most important game after that is to get the 3 points in the league against Falkirk before we go into the break. And then we've got...
Let's be honest. So say, during an experienced campaigner overseas, I think it was 44 your first trip, and but what I will say is, any time going to somewhere like Graz, yeah, all right, it's not one of the top 5 leagues, but it's going to be a tough game, mate.
No, tough games. I keep telling you on here, every time you make mistakes in Europe, you get punch stops. You lose goals. We've done it. I mean, the games, what goals we've lost in Europe, playing sometimes, even under Stevie G, we're drawing 3 each, 2 each, and all that in games. So you get punished in Europe if you're not clever. And it's always, some places are more intimidating than others. But at the end of the day, sometimes in Europe we're punched above our weight. I know in certain times we've had some really good results. And that's been put out in Europe under many managers in the past. It's just been that we've been doing quite well in the Europa League over the last wee while. And obviously we've had a bad start to the season, and obviously we lose that game in Europe and we don't qualify for the Champions League, and all the pressure mounts on that. But at the end of the day, hopefully the players will turn up tomorrow night and put on a performance, Ox.
I hope so, mate. I hope so. If you're just on form, if you're honest, the form says we're not going to put on a performance, but somewhere it's got to start Bridgeman, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know the boys, they need games under their belt, and you know, so they're building up, and I know we've been pretty poor, really poor, a while ago, if you follow what I mean. And obviously didn't seem to be getting better, but I thought that the way they rallied at the weekend there was quite good, and I was very pleased with them. And to get a victory from the jaws of defeat, basically, I thought it was excellent for them. And they've got to keep doing that. We've got to go out and they've got to play to their best. I don't mean the best game they've ever had. I just mean each player's got to go out and play at their best and do whatever they're going to do it the way the manager says it or not, whichever you want to do it. Just go and do it and get the ball into the net, score some goals, and it'll be a huge difference for us.
Score goals.
Yep, absolutely.
That's a good
What's
point.
for allocation, Ox?
Yes, mate.
What's for allocation? 1,500?
I think so, mate. I've not really looked at it, to be honest. I can check it out, mate. I think it's only 14.99. Somebody's missing, mate.
He's got things to do.
Since you've been halfway here, we've had no bullying and harassment on this station. You're back for one night and somebody's complained already.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Aye. Listen, the Bears will be there. As you know, no south side. Unfortunately, you'll not be there because you're busy, mate. But look, all the Bears that travel, they deserve a performance, eh?
The south side been told no.
South side's doing 8-hour shifts, believe it or not. Don't know when at the moment, so don't start your nonsense. It's breaking my heart to be doing that, never mind anything else. So, unforeseen circumstances it comes under.
Nobody said to me, Stevie, that Christmas present you were going to get me. I said, aye, no bother. So I said, any chance you can get me a new alarm clock?
Well, I'm not used to these early. No, I'm not used to having to go up too early in the morning, as you know.
My God.
You know, so needs must.
Bridge, they're calling him that he's a man for Del Monte. He said no.
We'll get 1,000
he got in the game. You say
We've
no.
got 1,000.
Probably.
We've got 1,000 tickets for tomorrow night, according to Foxy Boy, who's done the education. Right. Well, anybody out there, come and join us, give your thoughts. I'm going to go to the story that broke, obviously, earlier in the day and then was confirmed in the in the media, in the press conference. What a gamble, mate. What a gamble. But I get it. You bring people in you trust, but if this goes slightly wrong, the pressure is just going to mount on them. Head of recruitment, Kevin Fairwell's boy. I've not even checked out his pedigree. I'm going to do that now, but well, Southside.
What are you asking me? Sorry, my mind just slipped. What did you talk about the Thelwell appointment, his boy?
You don't seem to be able to concentrate.
I know, because I'm getting abuse on certain sites here, man. I'm just having a look at it. I'm getting bantered to mad because of yous. I was going to swear there, but I'll no. What the hell, man? I've got to go to work and do a shifts now, man. And I'm getting pelted for missing a game. It's just unfortunate. There you go. But hey-ho, batter in. Listen, it's a surprise, right? It is a surprise that he's got a position at the club. Listen, he might be decent at what he does. I don't know. Only time will tell, and as time goes on, we have to restructure, I believe, the academy. I don't think he'll be going out and buying all the players. I don't believe that. He's just to be structuring the academy in some way, shape or form. We've also moved other guys, and the other guys are coming in. So we're obviously doing a reshuffle there for the future in some shape or form. We've got loads of other positions at Ibrox that need to be filled, commercial department that need people. So there will be a lot more happening at the club, but this is the big news because it's been broken. He's coming in. And listen, it doesn't look good coming into work with your dad. But at the end of the day, I don't know the boy's credentials. I don't know whether he'll be good or bad. But there's a meltdown in the fact that he's coming in, and a lot of people aren't even having that fact. But listen, let's just let them come in and settle and see what type of job that they end up doing in the long term. Whether he's been at Everton and whether he's been at Norwich, I think, and Aston Villa. So I don't know anything about him, but I'm not just jumping off and saying he shouldn't be there. He's come in for a reason, and if it doesn't work out, then Thelwell will carry the can for it, and whoever else helped employ him.
Listen, mate, I get your sentiment. But this guy might be the best thing since sliced bread. He might be really good at his job, but any negativity is going to be magnified. It's a big. Let's just say it's put some coal in the fire, Stevie.
Aye. Listen, I'm not even going to comment on it because I don't know the boy's pedigree. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing or what. So it's one of the ones that, as we've always said in this show, any signing's a gamble. So, but I really can't believe under everything that's going on now with Rangers and everything that's going on with manager and the backroom staff and everything, that they're willing to take this risk. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. But anyway, as far as the boy goes, and I don't know anything about him, I just think, man, when I heard it myself, I just thought the worst rather than, I didn't look at any of the positives. I just thought, oh my God, why would they do that? So, look, we just need to get time. We don't know. I don't know the boys. You're going to find out his pedigree, aren't you? You'll be able to tell us. So, keep it posted. Keep us posted.
Listen, somebody's come in to take the dairy off of Southside, Stevie.
Oh, good.
Aye. We've been joined by Jim. Your Jim, who doesn't know the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, he's only a day late.
I'm brilliant.
He's only a day late, Southside.
Aye, maybe you should get him one of the cloaks you were getting me for Christmas.
Well, you can always re-gift it, Southside. You can always re-gift it. Evening,
You'll
Jim.
get that in your lucky Santa.
Evening, Jim.
What time's it?
It's 8:30.
Well, then my alarm just came off there. That's my alarm just came off there.
Oh dear.
Don't know what it'll be like for you, Jim, when the clocks get back.
Aye, mate. I thought it clocks. I thought it in back a day, I think. Can I have a wee comment? I know it's listening there, but the media know.
Just started, Jim.
I just don't know. I had 1-0 in Galatasaray, and all. You think it'll come up?
It might, mate. Might 1-0. You should go for.
Aye, I'll go for it. No, I was listening to just the Radio Clyde snippet, see his press conference earlier on there, man. I know what they're saying about the media wanting bites and all the rest of it, but he's just fed them a line there a night again, man, going on about wee boys getting him a Vicky and swearing at them, standing beside their dads. I mean, is he just know when to shut his mouth?
That's exactly what they're wanting him to do. That's exactly what I'm saying. They're trying to divide.
He's given them the ammunition.
I know, Jim, but look, Jim, they're loving every minute of it. Don't think for 1 minute that that's honest journalism. They're all tags. They're all sitting there giving it this, that, and the next thing. They're loving every second of it. And as you just said there, why even mention the Waynes with the Daz? And just don't go there. Just keep to. We need to win games of football. You know what I mean?
I was saying, but he's just giving them ammunition at the moment. But I know we're saying that they're out there wanting snippets, but Jesus Christ, man, and he's standing there getting at the fans that thinking about wee boys getting him a Vicky and swearing them. Still preservation society again, Will Marvey.
What's that, Jim?
Self-preservation again, Will.
Oh, that don't make any difference, Jim. That don't make any difference. You'd have been better on last night, mate. You wouldn't be able to comment on the press conference.
I wish I hadn't heard it enough.
Listen, look, mate, it's not going to end. The inevitable looks as if it's going to happen at some point. But maybe it doesn't. For this appointment of the day, maybe they're doubling down, Stevie and then Bridgman.
Doubling down?
Aye, they've gone with the squad and developing the team after part, and they think it's eventually they're going to get it right. I mean, this boy's come in. He's 26 years of age. No, so he's not exactly a veteran in the football world yet.
No, definitely.
Scouting and loan management at Norwich since 2024. So he's been doing that for a couple of years. And now he's come up to join us. No, I mean, so listen, he's not exactly get how do we say, experience in the roles. He's new. That might be a good thing, fresh. But people are just they're going to smell, Stevie. It's not going to pass the sniff test. So you have an interview and you have a process, and you say, well, wait a minute here, wait a minute. You'll not believe this. We've done a process. We've done an extensive recruitment process. And the best guy we can get for the job's your boy. Well,
it's not going to get done. It's not going to get done.
Well, it might. Well, I'm not saying anything's above board, but it doesn't pass the sniff test. You've worked in much and I've worked in much, mate. And you know what's going to happen, and you see similar things when somebody and everybody's laughing at it, isn't they? Laughing.
Listen, you can't buy experience, and it sounds as if the boys not got a lot of it. So it just looks as if it's been a pals act or a fails act, or whatever you want to put it. I just don't understand the risk, especially with everything that's going on now. It's probably the last thing we wanted to hear, you know, something like that. Yeah, I don't get it, Ox. I really don't get it. So what did you say there? He's only done what? What? Where?
He's only 26, mate.
Right,
so
26. And
you know, let's say he started in the industry when he's 24, 22, something like that. He's going to build up whatever qualifications, whatever he's done, if he had to go at football itself. He's done 4 years, and obviously it's behind the scenes, and that's his career. But I've got to say, Bridgman, I'll say it again, I don't wish the guy any harm, and obviously, like everybody, you want him to be successful because it means you're successful. But it doesn't pass the sniff test, mate.
Sadly, you're right. I believe it. Sadly, you're right. I only heard about it today, in fact, hardly heard it. It was we were talking a wee bit earlier. It just doesn't seem right. You know, somebody's so young. I mean, they come to a huge club of Rangers and get a job like that. But 26, did you say 26, 27? My goodness. Wow, that is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Of course, the big talking point out of all of it is that he's the son of the manager, or the you call it, the sporting director of football. Sorry. So that's huge. That's just huge. Is that right? Is it director of football?
He's the sporting director, mate, for the one.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's part of the team. Yeah.
So he's coming in, and he's a 26-year-old son, and he's going to do some work in the club, and obviously, right off the top of my head, I don't know what he's going to do, because I'm sure that Rangers have been going for a long time, and they've got people around the club that could do that, whatever job he's going to be doing, or they could bring in ex-players to do that, you know, that's had some experience about the game. It's just becomes a mystery, and Rangers are, up to now anyway, they've been pretty good at pulling these mysteries in without a solution to them. So I just don't know what to say to you other than it stinks, you know.
I don't get it, mate. Listen, I get boys keen though. I think if we're all honest in life, if we could help our family, we will. You know, Southside, it's part of the real world, but to do something so public, the boys under some pressure.
Aye, but we're not going to be privy to what he's actually doing in the background. Because see, at the end of the day, see, all that matters to us on here is Rangers winning. And if Rangers are winning, nobody else cares about what really happens in the... You know, that's the thing. And listen, whether he's going to be any good or no, I don't know. It doesn't look good. I get it, it doesn't. I'll just bring my boy in. But he's coming into the role. If he's working with loan signings and doing whatever that, then he might be good at doing what he does. He'll probably be in a structure of a footballing department. But aye, it's on Thelwell. And obviously the club have obviously thought about, well, when we bring him in here, we're obviously going to take some flack. I know they'd have thought, they'd have imagined that for the support. But he's in and he's got a job to do. And at the end of the day, if he's head scout or whatever, then that's what he is. Thelwell and Purdy, I think, are the two that are in charge of recruiting players and bringing them in at the end of the day. So it's on them, and we'll see what happens. We've got to ski everybody in the background when they come in a bit of time, no matter who it is. And because see these group of players, we're not changing them. No, the ones that we've just brought in and bought and paid money for. We're certainly not going to just be chipping them. So whatever manager comes in the future, if Russell Martin goes in time, then they'll still work with this group of players until, you know, because Asgard's and Gasman and Ant-Man and all that, and Asgard and that, they're all they're all part of a development going forward. So that's what I think, and I think the four alone will come good in time. So we'll just have to wait and see, and we'll judge the recruitment and how the players play. And what happens in the background and that structure, mate, that'll be up for Stuart and Cavan and that to see if they're doing a good job, and structurally they're doing a good job and it's working. That's what they'll be looking at in the background. Us, we don't get to see what happens on the background, mate. We just want to see what happens on the football park.
Listen, I don't disagree with what you're saying there. If you get results and you go on a long run of victories, nobody's worrying who's doing what. You know, but he's come in as a head scout, so the problem I've got, Jim, is if we do recruit and he's a head scout, and then people say he gets that, and then they'll start saying, well, how did he get that job? And it's noise, in my opinion, we don't need at this time. Jim?
You're probably 100% right. I'm with Southside there and off, but see, if you're running, you don't care who's in these operational departments and all the rest of it. Probably the same as with Lowell, with his boy was at Man City and flung a couple of players up the road to him and whatever else. But he's just, I think, unfortunate for the boys came in at a wrong time when there's upheaval at the club and all the rest of it. But as you say, the players that we've got to do, they're not going anywhere. Whether they worked in a loan department at another club, I think we'll just need to wait and see what happens, what department he's going to work in at our club. So, again, if Rangers are winning, it'll be really boring who's in these positions. But he's just brought heat to now because he what's going on out with everything.
Maybe you could say it took a bit of Kahora, Stevie.
Aye.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, but I'm with the troops. I've got to agree with Jim and Southside. If we're winning games of football, you really don't care about what's going on there. No, it's stuff you never want to talk about. When your team's winning, you never talk about that. Or who's he and what's he doing? And you're just caught up with the teddy bears winning. Listen, I don't even know a lot about the boy even comment in the first place. I really don't. Every signing is a gamble. I'm with the boys. We need to win games of football and all that gives away, doesn't it?
Just the heat's coming on it.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Thanks for that, Fox. Southside.
As just like we said earlier, it's about winning games of football. Listen, we're making other changes. I believe there's Nathan Fisher or something's come in and we've promoted the assistant kitman to the full kitman now and stuff like that. So they're restructuring in the background. And we'll just have to wait and see how it goes as time goes by. And like I keep saying, just about everybody's only interested in a team on the park, and it's about tomorrow night. Everybody's wants to see a winning team and a good performance tomorrow night. I'm not worrying about what his job's going to be and what the other guy's going to be and his position and all that. It's about winning games of football and getting behind the team.
Breaking news, Stevie. You heard it here first. Mrs. Thirlwell's due the head of cleaning at Auchenhowie.
So Thirlwell take over.
Will you stop making the front page of the Daily Records news for them, will you?
Oh dear. Right, we'll move on. Right, Jim, tomorrow night, I've not got a clue who's going to be fit, particularly on the left-hand side. Obviously, since the weekend, there's been quotes and people talking about Young and Salah. Do you see that as a possibility? Don't even know. I've not even checked to see if he's in the European squad, but well, I mean, we're really short on the left if they two boys are injured. Oh, Jim's disappeared. Southside.
I don't think he was included in it, to be honest.
I'm just check now.
You can check. Probably Fernandez will be out. If it needs to be, you'd think you might obviously have to use him. Jika can also come in. So you don't know if maybe Cornelius was struggling or the young boy. In the left back position, we'll have to jig something, but I think Aarons would probably go in at left back if Cornelius was fit, and I think if he was injured, I think he would probably do that, in my opinion. But you never know. We've probably got concerns in that area, which we could do without, but we'll only know really until tomorrow night, until we see the team lineup, we see who actually makes it.
Aye. I suppose Giga come in or Fernandez come in at left centre back, and then or they move Suter again, which didn't make sense when we swapped him. Then you're looking for a left back, and Aarons is the obvious choice if nobody else is about. But I don't think that gives great balance, Bridgeman.
No, I doubt very much. I think if the Fernandez boy, if he's not injured at the moment, if he's not been off injured, then he's got to be a one that'll get in there. He's naturally left-footed. I believe he's naturally left-footed, and you're needing as many natural left-footed people in our team as possible. And I think that's what I would work wonders if he's in the left side. Suter, well, I don't want to go in too much about Suter, but I don't think he's the best right-sided centre half we've got either. I think we should be looking at better centre halves. We've got some in the club, and we need to play them. And 100%, we need to play them. And if they're rubbish, we bin them. But I mean, we need to. You can't go on and say the guys no fit. Get them fit and get them on the park. And if they're no good, we now know. That's all we can do. But I think we need somebody with a left foot. Can I just ask? Was it the left back and Gazama that's injured?
No, Gasama's no injured, mate, as far as we know. We don't know about anybody. We're speculating.
Okay, speculating. Okay,
there's a young left back, Mahone, and Cornelius who went off. We're about Stevie.
Yeah. Two left-sided players.
Aye,
exactly.
I think the big man will be playing. I think Big Cornelius will be in the team. I didn't think there was anything much wrong with him. I really don't. But again, through everything, all that pressure there with the manager, we don't know who's who. We're having a shot in the dark, aren't we, really? So we really don't know. But look, it doesn't matter who plays tomorrow. We need to go out there with a wee bit of attitude. We need to do the business for it, especially with the travelling fans. And as you said earlier on, Fox, Ox, we don't want to fling this European thing that we've built up. We've got a good reputation in Europe again, and we don't want to just start flinging it. I mean, we get done with Bruce big time. We don't want to get beat again and again and again. You know, we don't want to get done that way. We're better than that, surely. So, whoever's playing will need to dig their heels in and play with a bit of heart, play with a bit of bottle, and go there. Is this team there for is this team the greatest European? We should be able to go to places like this and win. That's just how I feel about it. I know we can't. We're struggling in the league and whatever else, but in Europe we've genuinely been not too bad. But as I just said, the last couple of games will be woeful. But so we're hoping we can dig our heels in and start getting it right again.
Aye, obviously if we can get a result, and and then you can go and win at the weekend. I'm not saying that everything's okay, but it starts lifting a bit of the gloom. Maybe a small bit Southside, but that's all you can do is focus on the next game, innit?
Aye, and we're trying to knit a team together, and we've been patchy, and as I said, probably that close to 45 minutes, probably 35 minutes of that first half against Livingston, and bits and parts of the game against Hibs. In the cup, we were starting to be a wee bit better, just in certain phases. So you're hoping maybe it keeps sort of going along that way, that tomorrow night we'll have times in the game where hopefully we'll have nice passing and we'll maybe be able to open them up. But it will be a hard game anyway. All games in Europe are hard. Just need to try and build momentum. But for me, you want to try and put in a good performance, but Sunday going to Falkirk, we want to try and keep the games close, and we need to get points in this league and keep going. Because the other teams up there will be dropping points, and we need to just go on that wee win and run. If it doesn't happen on Thursday night, I'm sure there'll be an outcry depending on the score. If we get beaten narrowly, we've had a go. We're just unlucky on the night. We'll still be unforgiven for some people. But I'm just hoping that if that happens, we kick on the Sunday, because we need to get into a win and run. But hopefully we'll start on Thursday night and then carry it on to Sunday. Sounds like he's doing a bridge, man. Bridge, he's doing what you do.
I'm totally doing a bridge, man. What a speech I made there.
Welcome to the club, Oxford.
By the way, you need to give me some of your tablets, big man. Aye, it's going to be interesting tomorrow night. Austrian teams are no the Germans, the Spanish, the Italians, English teams, but you know that they're going to be decent. You know they're going to be usually big, athletic, organised, powerful. And we have to keep the ball. And that's some of the things that's disappointed me at times in this Russell Martin's journey. We just don't keep the ball, and then because we get away at the wrong times, we're under pressure in defence, and then we're not making chances because it comes to the same thing for me, the decision when we get the ball away, when we try and make ludicrous passes, and sometimes too many passes, Bridge. He's at the Bridge. Bridge?
Are you shouting at me? I thought you were talking to somebody else. Is it me you're shouting to?
Your name's Bridge.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I didn't realise. We mixed up with that last one. Sorry. You need to just. My mind's fired away now. Give me the last.
Passes.
What's the last
too
question?
Many passes, getting the ball away in the right time.
Absolutely. Yes. It's a big. It's a big bugbear of mine that. You probably heard me mouthing for seasons, but of late we're really poor at it, giving the ball away at terrible times. Unfortunate in some instances, but terrible times. And we need to, how can I say it? We need to be able to not be feared, because a lot of the times they're doing it, you can see the defence is running out at him. He's holding the ball and he gives it away, And of course the old one where if the ball bounces and if it doesn't you can't take it on your foot and it hits your leg, it's a goner. So your first touch is a bad one, and your second touch is probably like the Diamandi did the other day, a second touch is a sending off or a booking. It's just crazy what we're doing, and they're not need for it. I've been playing football. I had been playing football for many years, and I was a centre half. I never went over the halfway line. I just never went over the halfway line unless it was going up for a corner or a free kick, But never would it, during play, never, ever go over halfway line. That's not my place. That's the midfield and the forwards today. That's their area. They can do what they want. I'm staying here. And there I could cover whatever was going, read the game, see what's happening, and be there when the ball's coming. Because you get people both of the ball at the parters, and I'd be there. Other than that, I'm not going to start shooting the ball for 25 yards, 30 yards. I'm not like that because I don't play like that. I get to somebody like Oxtear there who sort of dazzles people, and away he goes. And it's,
twinkle toes.
Twinkle toes, there you go. But somebody can pass the ball. I can't. I can pass the ball short pass. I went quite a good passer in that way. But who is it? Somebody can play football there. If you take that ball and away you go, it's your responsibility now. And I get back up to where I was supposed to be and parade the centre circle in our own half. So that's the way I look at it. And I think we've got centre halves that can't run.
But when the ball was in the opposition 18-yard box, Fox was doing a smoke at the halfway line. You know what I mean? That's how cool he was, Stevie. But listen. It's a big game tomorrow night. There's no getting away from it because this is important for the club, for revenue, for prestige. Stevie.
Aye. There's a lot riding on it, isn't there? I mean, every goal, every point, it's all money and it's all prestige, Listen, it's a big stage. You want your team to be doing well. Everybody's watching. It's Europa's all the world and everything else, isn't it? So everybody's watching for every corner of the globe. So you want the team to be doing well, man. You want to get there and do the business. You know what I mean? First and foremost for the fans. For the guys travelling there, man, spending their hard-earned their cash, taking their wains and that and on. A lot of young team going to Europe now, a lot of families. And you want to go out and do the business for them first and foremost. Listen,
Stevie, are you telling me the way to go on European trips is with your partner now? Is that what you're telling me?
I know what
that's a teaser.
Listen,
that's a teaser.
Cut that man a bit of slack. That man's got 93 European campaigns under his belt. You need to cut the man a bit of slack. I don't mind having a bit of banter, you know what I mean? But you've got to let it go. Let it go.
I never said a word. You were the person that mentioned families and that going on European trips, and I asked you a valid question. Is that the way you should go now?
Aye, that's the way to go now. But listen, go out there and do the business for the fans. The fans deserve it. They really do. I mean, what we're put up with lately, they really do deserve it. I mean, that Rangers end was full of games, and Sunday there, 3 ends full, you know, and let's be honest, you know, does the team really deserve the support? It's unbelievable, you know. So let's go there and do the business for them.
I think well, the tune tonight is I've told you later that I love you, Stevie. That's the tune chosen for this evening. Yes, get yourself a boot, boys. We're going to have a tune.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard. We've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, we're followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Whoa.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, thanks for that, folks. A classic there, Southside, talking about classics. I've got a story for you, mate.
You'll always have a story when you're hanging about with me, mate.
Well, this is nothing to do with you.
That's good.
Yeah, nothing at all to do with you. You will find this unbelievable. Well, one of our panelists has had to leave us this evening. Yes.
All right.
Yes. I wouldn't be right to mention the names, but Myra said you haven't finished the dishes.
Well, when you're told you maybe have to go, he's obviously a bent, he's henpecked, isn't he?
And obviously, if you want to check the chat out the side, mate, just have a quick look and see what my caller's calling himself. Okay, all right. You enjoy that song, Bridge? One of your favourites? Don't know if Bridge is back with us yet. One, a classic there, so it's a classic tune. Great one by Fox there. What are you thinking then, the team, mate? Let's assume the two boys are fit for the point of doubt. Southside, what's your team, mate? Let's say Cornelius Mahone are fit. What are you thinking?
I think the defence will stay the same if they're all fit. I don't think we'll change it. Obviously, goalkeeper stays in. It's the midfield that we need to try and get a blend and get it right. Raskin, I'd imagine, will start. I would think Raskin will start. Diamondi's obvious.
Would you play it off, Will? I think you've got it, haven't you?
I think, well, he might. I still think he'll stick with Asgard.
Right.
I still think he'll play him.
Carry on, mate.
But Rothwell might get a place in the team. Diamondi's usually been decent in Europe, isn't he? The two wingers will play Gasman, Ant-Man, and I think you might see Chimity. He might play him again, starting. He's a big physical unit. We need to get games into him. We need to see what he's going forward in time. So he might start away from home. I don't know. I'm just flinging it out there because he started him in the last game. He might think he might come good in days of turn. We don't know because we've not seen much of him. So I would stick with that, Ox.
Okay. All right. Anyway, Southside, we've been joined by Joshy Boy, as he wants to be known, yeah? Joshy Boy. What do you make of that, eh? Joshy Boy. Yeah?
Yeah, well, he's in. Let's hear what he's got to say.
How we doing, guys?
Evening, Joshy Boy.
Evening, son. Hi, Southside. You all right?
Aye, good, mate.
Just come on, because we had a good discussion last night, Robert, Southside, and me and the other fella, and I would actually put Barron in midfield. Don't know what you think, but Southside said no, but I just think we can't be having Diamondi being
Diamondi's suspended, isn't he? He's suspended.
Is he?
I don't want to. I know it's a surprise, but he did get sent off last Thursday, mate.
I know. It was a stupid challenge.
Aye.
Stupid challenge. I would play Barron in the midfield.
Aye, well, listen, I don't think you'll be alone with that thought. I thought Barron had not a bad first half, as the team played all right on Saturday. But I thought like the rest of the team, Sunday, sorry. But as the team didn't play well, Josh, I thought, well, like everybody didn't have a great second off, mate.
No, but at the end of the day, I don't mind us not playing okay for the full 90 minutes as long as we get the 3 points, and we did. We ended up getting the 3 points, and I just want the team to be successful. I just want 3 points and start picking up points in the Europa, because we're leading into like 6 weeks to go or something for the semi-final, and if we beat Celtic, and they are poor, I've said that all the time, they are poor, and if the manager and the players can get a grip and start playing and get confidence up, then this could be, this first part of the season could be a good platform for the manager to kick on. Because if we beat Celtic at the semi-final, I think we win. I think he wins the League Cup. Because St Mirren and Motherwell, okay, he played okay against us in the league, but this is Hampden and this is a bigger pitch. We'll have married the ball side to side, trying to open for gaps and all that kind of stuff. I think no a better chance of winning the cup, and that's what I want, success. And if it means Rangers win every week or play poorly and grab the odd point and 3 points, and we're successful. That'll do me. If that means Russell Martin staying as manager, but I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested in who's the manager. I'm interested in us getting success because we've been starved for it for years.
And to get that, you need results, no performance. I don't disagree. Southside.
Aye, listen, that game will, when we get there, hopefully we'll be in a wee bit of form. But it's a semi-final and it'll be at Hampden, and like I say, I wouldn't say we should probably go in and get a good chance of winning it. Normally when we're playing well, we've got a decent team and squad settled. That's what we'd be looking at. It's the final before the final. So if we get them out the cup, then we've got a right good chance of probably winning it. But we've struggled in the 2 games against the teams at the start of the season, but hopefully the team will have settled down going forward. And that's all you can hope for, Josh. No, we've been unsettled. We've had bad results. Everybody's on their back. And for whatever reason, and some will have valid reasons, and some just join in with the crowd and all at times, because it's a thing that's happening around about them. But at the end of the day, we all want the best. And I just seen a comment, I'm the biggest happy clapper for the board or something. Listen, I don't have a problem. We've put the guy in the job, Thelwell, we're restructuring the club. I don't know if the guy's any good at his job, the same as you making the comment. I'll not know whether he's any good at the job. So at the end of the day, we want success. If we're going to restructure the background, and some people it might not be thought of in high demand or good at his job might turn out to be a good cog in the wheel that works a system. So in time, we'll find that out. The same as we'll find out when the balance sheets come out and we see the AGMs over the next couple of years, how much money they're making for the club, what they're bringing in and what we're spending. And then what we're putting on the park. It's phase 1 of a rebuild. And whether he goes in time or they stick by him, we still want Rangers to win and try and perform. And like I keep saying, I support the team and the club, but I've said on here and all, I think he's on borrowed time. But if he can turn it round, then you'll get an extension. And at the end of the day, if he gets an extension and he's turned it round because we're winning, then I'd clap that all day long, mate.
I've heard you called a lot of things, mate, but never a happy clapper. Don't we get his phone and make his point, mate? Yeah, you know. Only time will tell. Aye.
I will. It's a phone-in show, isn't it?
Aye, welcome to phone in. Aye. Listen, you gave your team there, Southside, not the Bridgeman, and I can't call you Joshy Boy all night. Is that what you want us to call you? Joshy Boy with an H?
You can call me Josh.
Joshy Boy.
Who came up with Joshy Boy?
Oh, my sources, mate. My sources.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Why are you called Joshy Boy?
I don't know why I'm called Joshy Boy. Nobody ever calls me
Nice
Joshy
answer.
Boy.
We believe you called yourself it, mate.
I don't call myself Joshy Boy. It's Josh because my real name's Joshua.
No problem, mate. We'll go back to Josh. I think it sounds better. Right.
It does. A lot better.
For the you gave your team when you assumed the 2 boys were fit. What's your team if the 2 boys only fit Southside and then the boys can chip in?
Oh no, man, you're doing me in here. So if we've no left-sided defenders,
if there's no fit, mate.
I think Aaron's did he get a 2-match ban or a 1-match ban? Do you know? Because I'm not sure about that either. I might be saying, I don't know, but I don't know. You need to check it. I don't know if he got a 2-match ban or not, to be honest. If he is suspended, then it'll create a lot more problems. He might. I take it Fernandes, if he's in the squad, you'd have to bring him in. But the only problem with that is he doesn't have a lot of match fitness and game time. That's the problem. It's no featured since the St Mirren game when we played them away. That would be your only sort of concern. But and I think in the left back position, half the top of my head, if Cornelius and the boy doesn't make it, we're really struggling in there.
Southside is on a 2-match ban.
Is it?
Well done, you beat
2-match ban.
Otherwise, you've not got much options, Ox. There's not a lot there to change about. You have got King will be in the squad and stuff, but you know, it's somebody else that's been miles out the picture. Do you know what I mean? So you're looking at who about Bailey Rice has obviously been tried at left back before and all, trying to fill in there and all, who's back fit and will be in the squad. But it would be, I think we've got to hope Cornelius makes it. And Shooter makes it. The other one might be he would push Tav in one, but then you're looking at filling the right back spot. So we have got problems, Ox, if the two of them were out injured.
Aye, I know. It's just the fact that the two of them were half Bridgeman at the weekend, Jack.
Yeah. Going back to it, just let me step back. I still think we've got who are them natural left footers in our club, and I believe that Big Fernandez is left footed at all, then you stick him at left back.
I don't think he is left footed, mate. I don't think
you
he
don't
is
think
left.
so. Well, he certainly plays. He certainly seems to play on the left side of defence. Yeah.
If you remember him trying to pass the ball to if you like the left winger or the left full back, mate, he passed it with his right all the time, mate.
Aye, that's fine. I'm just but other than that, get a list up of all the left footers of our team, and you don't find many. You just don't. And we need to start investing in some of that, maybe from the youth team, who are natural left-footed boys, because we've had left backs that didn't play it. Obviously, they were right-footed, and it caused a wee problem sometimes. And here we are. We're trying to scrape defenders, or make midfielders defenders, even wingers, move them back. That kind of thing we're talking. We can't. I don't know what we're going to do, but it sounds a bit stupid. No matter what we do it. So I'm hoping and praying that our left back's not injured, and even in Cornelius, I hope those two are fit, and that solves a problem, a big problem for us.
This does solve a big problem, Bridgie, because you're right. If they two aren't fit, if you think of the guys that's played there, Aaron's. Jeffy. Aaron's is suspended. Jeffy's no longer plays. Bridvan's gone. Cornelius left-hand side of defence, yeah. The Jiga's played in there but in the left-hand side, but obviously prefers the right, and that's not went particularly well. You know, all of a sudden you're really limited in your numbers, Josh, who you can pick for that left-hand side of defence, central and fullback. Hopefully, it's not an issue, but if it is, it's going to be interesting to see how we line up.
I really do agree with Bridgman and Southside and yourself, and it's the old problem. He only bought forward-thinking players and left the back to I don't know. He forgot about the defence. But what I would say is about the modern night, who I would play Ant-Man instead of Moore. I think Ant-Man would give Mary a threat. He'd be Mary a threat. More a forward-thinking player than this young boy Moore. I'm not really a fan of these young boys coming for England and making their name here. Then we have to get them back. I'd rather Curtis. We concentrated on the young boy Curtis and played him because he's our own academy player, isn't he? So, I mean, that's what I would go down with. But I don't know what the boys would think, Bridgman and Southside, about Ant-Man instead of Moore. But you're right, Ox. We are very, very thin, very, very thin at the back. And that has to be rectified in January. That's a priority, I would say.
It looks that way, mate. It looks that way. And obviously, if you get some injuries, it becomes even thinner, you know. It's difficult to plan football squads for injuries, but they usually happen, you know, and or suspensions, as in Aaron's case, you know. So, it's going to be interesting to see who's fit and who's thingy. Bridgman, you mentioned Suter. You know, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think he had a part to play in the 2 goals we've lost last Thursday and on Sunday, mate. I've got to be honest. I thought he went into position where he was set up for that breakaway goal was criminal, and where he was and the way he get picked half, and then how he get caught underneath that ball as a centre half. I think I'll be questioning that at any level, mate.
I have to say to you, I can go on and on about him. I don't think I think virtually every goal we've lost, Suter's been either not there to make the challenge, or the ball's went past him, or it's been over his head when you wouldn't expect it to. Sometimes he does enormous other service, makes great blocks, and he's big. But the times that you see centre halves from the opposition team coming into our box and they're unmarked and they score a goal, or they cause chaos, and our centre halves aren't anywhere near it, it's just criminal. And I think Suter personally responsible for quite a number of the goals that we've lost. And I don't see. I mean, he's my vice captain, for goodness sake, you know. I don't see I don't know what the manager's going to do with him, other than just keep playing him. Now, I don't know. We've got 2 centre halves. I think one is our own, and the guy for Wolves, he's a lone player. So whether we would take a chance, sorry.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it's just to say we've got 2 centre halves there who are playing in one of the top leagues in the world at some point or in the recent past, and I don't understand why they're not playing for us. Other than the fact, I don't know, but maybe they're injured, and if they're injured, then that's fair enough. But there's something no right. We've got 2 big centre halves that somehow or other we can't play them, we can't trust to play them, and so on and so forth. And for some reason, they're not playing. And look, I can't believe it. Both of them are poor players. I can't believe it. So we can't be using them right, and that's my fear. We've got players there. We're not using them right, and we're not getting the benefit.
Giga, if I'm honest, I think he had to come out the team. He looked as if his confidence is went a wee bit south-sided. And after you, mate, we'll go to Smurf, who's joined us.
Aye, he did. His confidence did look a wee bit, and he's been took out the team. But listen, we'll get a shot back in the team because we'll have to spell players, and like we say, some will pick up injuries, so he will be coming back into the team at some point. Fernandes might have to come in at some point in the future, I know, and play. So we're meant to be able to change them about and rotate them. But we look as if we know we're weak, and obviously Aaron's having a suspension. Tav could go to left back, and you could bring Giga into the team and all. So there'll be options, but I'd like to think Cornelius will make it in. Maybe the left back will make it in. It might not be as serious as we thought. If they'd asked the question, we'd have known the answer by now anyway. The journalists that were asking them the questions at the press conference.
Aye, right. We'll be joined by Smurf. Evening, Smurf.
Evening, Ox. Evening, all. Just a wee...
a wee bit better, mate. A wee bit better.
No, I'm a lot better. My throat's... I feel better, but my throat's not really recovered. But what I was going to say is, no, another damning indictment. Russell Starmer that we've got Inciala, who is a left-footed defender, although no a fullback, but could, big strong boy, and can use the ball well. Rose didn't show up well at centre half. As an emergency stopgap, we could have. I know it's a European game; he won't be in the squad, but is that when you've got a dearth lack of left-sided players, right? When you've only got one fullback at left back and he's on loan, would you have him in your squad for cover? Considering he never got out the door and you're paying his wages, is it not just another damning indictment of that man?
the call he made was they looked as if they're going to part ways. He doesn't go, and he's left in the building. If he leaves the building, you've not got that option. So it's just not a good look, Josh, is it?
No, but I think it's incompetent. I think it's incompetence letting three of our left backs go, and we've only got a lone left back left, and that's what I said about 10 minutes ago, Ox, that the only position that he's neglected is probably the most important position in the park, in the defence. We are very, very, very light back there, and to be honest, I'm losing confidence on Suter. He's a liability now getting. He's the quicker he leaves, and we get a decent centre back, and the better. But hopefully we get that rectified in January.
His contract's up this summer, mate. He's free to talk to other clubs. I'm going back to the left back one. My take on it is, mate, that he didn't think the bid for Jeffy was going to come in, mate. Yeah, and so I don't know if we can knock back that money Southside.
No, it was, listen, probably when he was structuring the squad, Aarons was probably coming in to be his right back. I think he probably thought Giga would probably be playing enough games and maybe fight it out with Suter to be the centre back. But we brought him in, and then he's had a start, and then he's been out because Suter's been back in the team again and playing on the right-hand side. He's brought Cornelius in at the end because the deal for the Real Betis defender fell through. He failed a medical, or he would have been in the building. Enciala came in and played okay. Watched him in the B team for a good bit of time, Josh, and his passing was really erratic. You know, he wasn't very good at passing the ball out through the back and stuff. And he made mistakes, and he wasn't good at hitting the ball as well for close balls coming into the box. But he was a young lad and he was learning. Then he got flung into the first team, and then he's had a couple of mistakes. And he's also had a couple of really decent games when he's been in, and his passing did look really good, and he was doing well and passing it into the middle of the park and stuff and out wide, and he was doing all right. But probably when he looked at it, he's brought in Fernandes, he's got Suter, he's tried to get Mendes, who fell through, so we get Cornelius, and then he's looking at Enciala. So you're only going to rotate centre backs every now and again. And I think he probably thought he's a bit young, we might get him out on loan and bring him back or whatever. And it hasn't materialised. But I don't think he'll be flinging them in any time soon, to be honest. But hopefully in time he will get a chance in the team. Whether Russell Martin's the manager or no, we'll see if a new manager comes in, whether he fancies him. So he's got to just bide his time, but I think he's a wee bit out the picture at the moment, Josh, in my opinion. But he is no bad. He's not a bad football player. He's got the physique and stuff, but he is still young and he's still learning. It was a big step up to come for the B team into the first team, and seen that jump for some of the other young players. But it's a hard position when you're a centre back, Josh, and to nail a place down in that team at the moment. And Russell Martin didn't see him as part of the plans. I think Giga's probably better, and Fernandes is probably better, along with Suter and now Cornelius. So he is where he is in the pecking order, mate.
Totally.
One of his best games in Europe was last season when he came on and Bob Boyle, and he done okay. But then we've watched him against St Mirren and other opposition where he didn't have great games. He was bullied. And the argument I would have, Southside, is, was Fernandes any further down the road in Salah? Right? On you go,
well, he's played more. He's obviously played more games down in Division 1. Enciala was only really playing the B games and stuff. So he was playing at least league football. But although we spent a lot of money on him, which I don't know if he was worth that amount of money. But I thought when we bought him, he was going to be coming into the team. I thought he'd have played some game time. No every week, but I thought he'd had a period of time. I think we all agree we needed maybe a more experienced left-sided defender. I think we all wanted that at first. And Cornelius has certainly got that at his age and stuff and plays for Canada. So just need to give him time to see if he develops into that sort of left centre back that we hope he will and be solid and decent for us. It'll need to evolve at some point. Like I say, I think he thought Giga would play quite a bit of time. And I think bringing in Cornelius, obviously the left back's done all right. He's not as physical, but he does quite well and he's starting to work well down the left-hand side with Gasman in the last couple of games. So, unfortunately, Giga's not getting the game and Ernst is suspended, so we need to rely on back to Tav and Suter and stuff like that. So, with better money in the wide players and forward players. And I think he thought what we got in loan would be good enough to carry us this season until we get the right players that we want in.
Aye, listen, I get what we've done. I mean, I think a lot of people might have wanted it the other way about because we've invested in the top end of the pitch, Smurf, and it's gone so well because we're scoring goals left, right, and centre.
Dear me, it's comedy bad, isn't it? You know, you've no defenders. Any defenders you've got, many of them are really yours or on loan. You've invested all to tap the pitch. You can't buy a goal. You've got an £8 million striker that's not had a game for 2 years. It's a riot. And the guy that's presided over at Thelwell has now employed his 26-year-old boy, right? His 26-year-old boy for Norwich, whose job, he was twofold. Head of technical scouting, which is data analytics, right? And he looked after loan players, which is what Billy Kirkwood done at Rangers. So now he's in charge of all the players coming in, Ibrox, head of scouting. Tell me his dad no influence him. And you look at his dad's brought in. It's nepotism. It's an utter joke. Utter joke. The whole thing's a shambles. The quicker a lot of them are out of that club, the better.
It doesn't pass the sniff test. Even if they were established at the club, it wouldn't pass the sniff test, you know?
It's horrendous. It's horrendous. And I've said it before. I said it once off air, and I'll say it again now. In fact, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I won't say nothing.
Why not?
No, time and a place, Bridge. Time and a place.
Okay, that's
time
cool.
and a place.
Yes. Listen, but come back to the game tomorrow night. You know, we've got players suspended. We've got players potentially injured. And we do look as if our squad's thin, you know. Are we going to have to go again in January, Southside? Then Josh.
I thought it would take to try and evolve the squad for the manager. We're buying a squad of players that we're hoping that will develop and sell on in time. So we will be trying to get defenders possibly when it comes to January, if we can get them on a full-time contract that we're wanting. Cornelius is an option to buy, which we might do if he has a good season and they think he's going to do a job for us and we see he's done a job. So he would become our player for the start of next season. Fernandez, you think, would come in. Enciala, you would think if he's there and he can find a way in for start of next season, maybe that's one. But we'll all have to recruit. Suter's going to be out of contract. Hav's the same. Irons will be away. Giga will be away. So we might have an eye on players that we just couldn't get. But at the end of the day, we've probably got Cody. I think we thought we might have got. He would have come in and Bennett would have been one that we tried to get, and he might have been the guy that would have organised everything. As it is, it never happened. It was another one that fell through. So there's probably players out there that they'll probably earmark and that we'll probably be looking for and to try and get. I don't know, we just need to hope that we start scoring goals, because if we can score goals and not concede as many at the back, then we'll win games. So we're in the situation that we're in, and we just need to make the best of it. And just because they're a lone player doesn't mean to say that they're not going to be good enough. They just, Giga hasn't, with that mix up with Butland, I think it knocked his confidence. But they'll come back into the team, as you know. They will get game time this season because the squad will need to rotate. And Shooter will be playing for Scotland, no doubt, in the next 2 games as well. So his game time will need to be managed.
It's going to be interesting. You know, it's obviously you need results to take the negativity away. Or all these things will get looked at even more under a microscope, Josh. If we don't get results, that's the problem.
Exactly, Ox. That's what we've been saying since the start of the season. We need to get after it. And the start of the season was the ideal opportunity to pick up the 3 points and be up the top of the table. But it's went the other way about, and we've struggled for some strange reason. And the toxicity of the manager. Robert asked me a question last night, and it was a good question, and I couldn't answer it at the start, and I still can't answer it. What is the difference between the toxic behaviour of the fans towards Russell Martin and the previous managers like Coutinho, Clement, etc.? Never got that, and I couldn't answer that. And I thought that was a good question he hit out last night.
Coutinho did get it, mate. The only thing was, he was the game at Kilmarnock we lost when I think we missed a penalty and did Ryan Jack get sent off? Did something happen with Ryan Jack? Was there a sending off or something happened with him and Broadfoot that night? And I think we lost to Kilmarnock and the whole place went potty, mate. And Coutinho was gone the next day, mate. But listen, he never recovered the Progress Liga-con. That was the, and obviously Philip had the Queen's Park thing. I think Philip Clement wasn't disliked by the support. They frustrated and they liked it, but he tried to do it last season when he was doing everything. You know, he was doing enough painting the lines on the pitch and growing the grass. But he seemed to be doing everything because people realised where we were. And then it came out about the takeover. And possibly Philip Clement has still been blazed if Queen's Park had went differently. I don't know. I'm reading too much into it or putting a lot in two together. Richman?
Sorry, were you speaking to me there, Ox? Can't hear it.
Richman.
Sorry, bud.
When you go south side.
Aye, come on. Obviously had a lot today when he was there at the club. He was trying to strip the mentality out the players and all. And some were for him and some weren't. And Dessers was getting criticised at that time and all for the support and us sometimes for missing chances in games that we could have been out the park and won games. Queen's Park game, aye. If we probably get the final against them and we get a decision as a penalty and we score it and we go on and win it and he wins the cup, maybe the Queen's Park game might not have mattered as much, but it was a monumental result. And I said to Albert when we come out the game, I did say, as much as I back Clement, I said he ain't surviving that, mate. He's got to go now. That's just, we can't have it. But when you think and look at where we've went for when Clement's left to where we are now, and maybe it would have worked. We've spoken about it. Gio could have worked in all if he'd got money and he maybe stuck by him and just took away the fact that he could maybe build something, but he had to get his own players and try and build a squad. Clement's the same. If he was here now, we're working with these players in the system that he played, would be a better team. You know, probably think aye, but because I think Miofsky would get more chances, and I think he'd be more clinical. All right, I think Tierney is a better player on form than what we've seen of Fantman on the right hand side. But I think if he'd got to work with the squad that Martin's got to now and the system that he played, I think we would have be creating chances and doing well. But end of the day, he's gone, and we had to be changed manager again. And we know we've got Russell Martin, and up to now, it's not been good. So we are where we are at the moment, and this is where it is, Ops. And he's the guy in charge, and if he wins the games, he'll still stay. And once the results get that bad, if Gavin thinks he's got to go, he'll need to pull the plug and tell well, that's what's to be done, because at the end of the day, he's the top banana at the club. He's put all the money in, and it's him that makes the big decisions.
Smurf?
No doubt in my mind that we would be better off with Clement in charge. You think, I think the last season, the start of the season, we're at Hampden, and then, you move on from there, and it was just one catastrophe after another, and as you say, he was doing everything but painting the white lines, if he'd have got able to clear the decks, given that finance and a proper structure behind him and a hard reset at the club, absolutely, no doubt in my mind, we'd be further ahead. And the only comment that I've ever found for Iggerman since he's left the club about Rangers and his time at Rangers is his gratitude to Clement for how he brought his game on. So, and nothing about Russell Starmer, man, at all, so it tells a story, doesn't it?
Being a Bridgeman, by the looks of it.
I'm here. Bridgeman's here.
Not for the first time this evening. Not for the first time this evening. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. And listen, there's only one thing that will move this forward, is a long run of results. And you look at the form this now, if you were on a seesaw, we're on the run, mate, and you can't see shooting to the sky. The way we're playing. I'm being honest, Bridgeman. I'm being really honest. Even on Sunday, we got a result when, again, we should have been under any pressure. We put ourselves under pressure. Missing a gilt-edged chance, missing a penalty kick. The game should have been finished.
Yeah, and I have to say this, the players themselves know that. I'm convinced of it. But there's something no right. And I don't, obviously, a lot of folk get comments to make on it. I just think there's just something no right. It might be glaringly obviously, but it might not be. But even Tav missing a penalty, unlike him, and I know the goalkeeper put a foot out and it did the business.
Oh,
but
I don't know. I think Tav might have missed more penalties than anybody ever in your club, mate.
Yeah, but he's taken a lot, right? He's taken a lot. I've not got any complaints in that sense. I think he's great for us. He's been great for us with penalties and free kicks and so on. But I agree with you. What do we look to make things right? How can we get to score goals again and regularity? Well, you brought Miovski in, and to tell you the truth, there were a couple of times at the weekend there, he did get through and couldn't finish it. That might have been down to different reasons, but it looked like one of them was a sitter. It looked like it anyway. He should have scored it. I'm not going to blame him for that because we've had great players. Some of our greatest players miss sitters, but we never find them. We don't seem to find that boy at all. But we need to start finding our players, and we need people that can find our players, and we need the players that we've got because we can't go and buy somebody. So we need the players that we've got to be able to find our own players. Majowski is one of the most dangerous centre forwards that's played in Scottish football, and we can't be using him right. I think he's going to give us a lot. He'll score a lot of goals for us, but we've got to use him right. We've got to play football.
Can I come in there?
To use him right. Oh,
what was that?
To use him right. No, it was some Smurf wasn't on mute. To use him right, Josh, you've got to put the ball in the box.
Listen, Ox, he done it for Aberdeen. All right, he didn't have the performances when he left Aberdeen, but he still knows where the back of the net is. He done it for Aberdeen. He scored against us at Ibrox. He scored against them. He was one of the better, on his day, he was probably the best striker in the league, and that's taken into consideration their Kyogo. He was deadly, but you need to play him correctly, and up until now, Russell Martin is not playing him correctly. That chance he missed, and he had it over the bar. What Bridgman said, I wouldn't say it was a sitter, but the pressure's on him, because I think he knows that he's the main striker, because Chimite has hardly kicked a ball for Everton, and he's came up here for what, £8.5 million or something, and he's still to hit the ground running. So I think it will take him a wee while longer to get up to scratch. But I would say, if you give Miovski the chances, he'll put them in the back of the net without a doubt. I have no doubt in that. He's done it before, and we make more chances in a game per game than Aberdeen does. Let's face it, we've got more possession.
No, at the moment we don't, Josh. No, at the moment.
No, I know that. But I'm saying, if Russell Martin gets the team correct and plays Miovski in the positions that he should be, then he'll start scoring goals, and you'll see the real Bojan Miovski.
Feed the runner, put the ball in the box, give the boy a chance, try and score goals, shoot, deflections, sorry, these things, Smurf, but if you don't get the ball to the centre forward, doesn't matter how hard you work, you'll never score, will you?
I just know that, see, when we were playing Aberdeen and that, and watching him for Aberdeen, he was full of hard running, and balls out of attack and in behind. He was powerful and accurate, very accurate shooting. And then you're looking at Livingston and how high a line they played against us, and it was no balls out of attack, nothing like that at all. All this tip-be-tap. There was no balls out of attack. There was nothing for him to go and attack and use a bit of physicality and get in behind him. And there was a lot of space in behind him. And that's down to the coach. He's he's preventing. He's an asset, and he's got certain attributes. And his attributes, I don't believe, are suited for the way Russell Starmer plays football. And therefore, why have they recruited that player when it doesn't fit into that system? So that comes down to fail well, etc. Again. It's a shambles. It's comedy gold now for people for the other side of the city. It's a mess. It's a disaster.
I don't think the way we play, if I'm honest, Southside, I don't think it matters who your centre forward is. We're not making any chances, and we're not feeding them often enough. What do you think? 4 chances in a game, you reckon it was 1?
Aye, it's got slightly better, as I said, the performance on Sunday on the plastic pitch. For most of the first half, Gasman was free all the time. We were switching the bottom, getting them 1-on-1. Plenty of occasions, but Tel Hasgard flicked a wee ball out of the centre back's head for Miovski to run onto, but she did and put her at the bar. That was his one chance that we set right up from, but he just walked right onto it and he smashed it, and it just went out of the bar. Maybe a wee bit more composure with the goalie was stoned, and he could just have lobbed him, but he went for power. But that was the one main chance in the first half that we gave him. But I thought we used the ball well when we moved it quicker. But it's only a slight improvement, like we say. So we created more chances on Sunday than we have for a while. But you can only judge it game by game, because that's all we've done.
Plastic pitch again tomorrow night. Plastic pitch on Sunday. Plastic pitch Panathinaikos. It's been common this season already, isn't it? Plastic pitch next Sunday. Southside there.
Aye. They shouldn't have to play in these sort of parts at all. I think next season coming, I think they've ruled it out anyway in the SPL, because they've got the voting. I think this is the last season that we're allowed to have them. But when you look at the Championship in Scotland, there's in that half of them are plastic and half are grass, split right down the middle in that league. But in the big league, supposedly going forward, in our league in Scotland, they're out. That's them gone after the end of this season. But in Europe, you're still going to get them. There's other teams have got them, Basel, I think, Scotland and stuff like that. So just have to contend with Ox, if that's what it is. But just need the team to get a bit of confidence. You need to settle a team down and try and play a regular formation. And hopefully they'll start to gel and create partnerships with each other and know what they're meant to be doing. But the run of games are coming. It just depends the opposition. Certainly harder on Thursday night than it should be on Sunday.
I agree. Josh, definitely harder opposition tomorrow night. We've played last week and next weekend. Last weekend and next weekend, yeah.
Aye, agree, totally. What you're saying. Good performance tomorrow, hopefully. Pick up a point. And then we should have too much for Falkirk. Start getting these 3 points in the bag for the league and get up that league and be where we are. We should be. I don't think. Do I think the league's over? I don't think the league's over at this present moment in time. You always have to have hope. We're not that far behind, so let's hope we have a good performance tomorrow night. Then the support that's travelling gets there safe and comes back safe, home safe, and let's shout on the boys and the manager and get the team playing the way they should be playing. And I'll leave you at that. And thanks very much for having me on again, Ox and Southside.
Always a pleasure, Josh. Always a pleasure, mate.
Cheers.
Yep. Cheers. Right, okay, is that a time? It's Josh. All right, it's getting close to it. Time's moving on. Right, okay. How do you see it panning out tomorrow night, Southside? I think you mentioned that you're looking for a victory, like we always are, but a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. I don't think you'd be alone in these sentiments. We always go with hoping to win the game, thinking we can win the game. Doesn't matter what our form's like, yeah, but you're being realistic there. It's going to be a tricky tie.
It will be. They always are in Europe away. Obviously, them at home. Listen, they weren't a bad team. I watched them against Midtjylland. They looked pretty well drilled and they had some good players up front. And they were quite quick in the wings. So it wasn't, although they get beat, goalie was the one that settled the game for them in the 2 goals. I'm hoping that we'll sit tight and hopefully we can hit them on the wings and that with pace. I'd like to hope that Ant-Man, if we can get him on the ball one-on-one with their defenders, that he can go and create something. I think Chimiti will probably start. That's what I just think in my decision in that. I think he'll start, and I think he'll probably play Gasman, and they're the 3 up front that we're looking to be effective when we get them on the ball, and just need to make sure that we've got the right blend in midfield, and just hope that we're solid at the back box. We will ride our luck at times. We need your goalie to have a good night and a big night being called upon. I'm sure hopefully Jack Butland will do that, but hopefully we'll go and the Bears that are all travelling tomorrow night will get something to celebrate and come back home safe, mate. But I'm just hoping that we can sit tight, no lose an early goal or anything like that, and hopefully go and impose ourselves on the game, Ox.
Yeah. All right, last word for your good self, Smurf.
Aye, thanks for having me on, and I'm going to go for a 1 each. I don't think there'll be many goals in the game tomorrow, and thanks for having me. Good night.
Cheers, mate. The Bridge, last word.
What can I say? Fantastic night. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Brilliant chats. Well done to yourself, Oxtear. Get a big shout out to yourself and Southside for carrying me on through this. And Big Stevie for earlier on. It was quite good. It's quite funny. And of course the Techie boys in the background. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans from all over the world that are listening in here, this is the biggest game of our season so far tomorrow night, and we've got to do something about it. So everybody, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
Well, can I thank Big Stevie, first and foremost, a big shout out to the big man, who generally had
I think it's just those technical problems there. I'd like to thank Big Stevie for popping on tonight and joining us, myself tonight, and also Bridgeman. I'd like to thank everybody that's listened in tonight, and also Josh for phoning in with Smurf. So I'd just like to thank everybody else that's listened in. So as always, good night and thanks for listening. We'll be back again tomorrow night from 8 to 10. Good night.